I know that title for this video is kind of controversial because music is art, and what each of us defines as good does come down to personal preference and interpretation. But recently I've been asked to play some pretty big events in the Byron Bay area in Australia, and the music up here is so much different to what I'm used to playing in Sydney. So for instance, in Sydney, all the big clubs wanted borderline commercial tech house / popular dance anthems, yet up here, if you take it too commercial, right, you're likely going to get booed off stage. So if you're sick of hearing the same old, and you're wondering where are some good places that you can find and download quality and high quality tracks from independent artists missing at other stores, then Volumo might actually be your best bet. I'll be honest with you, okay? These guys have approached me to make a video for them, but I do want to point something out, and that is I always get approached to make videos for people, and this is the first time in the 4 years since launching my channel that I've ever agreed to doing a video for someone. As for me, I only really want to associate myself with brands, products, or services that actually add value to you and actually stuff that I believe in. And when Volumo reached out to me, I was initially reluctant, okay? But I jumped onto their site and it was exactly on point with everything I was looking for, so perhaps it could help you too. See, here's the thing, up here for this gig I'm preparing for, yeah, I still need to play tech house, okay, but the tech house I found on the Volumo site was exactly the vibe I was after, and even their section on indie dance / dark disco was some of the best beats I've heard in a long time. Now the track seemed like a refreshing change. It was kind of like more underground, meaning I hadn't heard these tracks before, but most importantly, Volumo met the exact vibe that I was actually searching for, which means if you want original music for your sets that's going to get the response that you want without being put into that commercial or sell-out DJ category, then right, Volumo is the answer. Plus, right, when I dive deeper into the site, it does actually have loads of cool features. So for instance, the ability to build your own DJ profile or, publish your own charts, which was kind of fun. I even created a chart myself. I'll show you how to find it in a second, okay? Plus the ability to follow other artists and labels, which kind of felt like Volumo was bringing an interactive side of getting music, none of which I've ever seen and felt on music sites before. It felt like an experience. It felt like I was supporting the underdog that's coming through, and I was like, wow, I'm a big part of it from the beginning. And plus, like Bandcamp, Volumo have an artist-centric approach where Volumo empowers artists by giving them control over their pricing strategies. Now, producers and labels can even create accounts. You could create your own account if you're a producer, and you can use Volumo to distribute their music. And honestly, it makes Volumo a place that connects producers, labels, and DJs, which really separates it from the average music sourcing site. Now, recently I was also checking out promo pools, okay, where you can trade your email to get unreleased material with the goal of, I guess, supporting the labels, giving them some feedback on the tracks, and then you getting the right to exclusive tracks before they're released. But the issue with promo pools is, okay, your email inbox is going to be quickly inundated with hundreds of emails each week, and honestly, sorting through it all can get a little bit annoying. But let's say though the goal is that you want to be the first to hear tracks from independent artists and even well-known labels, right? Then Volumo delivers the same result without all the spamming, okay? You can follow artists and labels and be the first to know when new tracks are released, and that's gonna make your sets super original and unique. Yeah, sure, I am paying for the tracks, but a larger proportion does go to the artist, and the price per track is at least 30% cheaper than Beatport. Now, buying is super easy, and it can either be done securely by giving your credit card details, and you can purchase tracks individually, or if you bulk buy, you're even given an option to kind of like top up your balance. And let's say you put €20 in. By doing so, you can save up to an additional 30% on top of the already super cheap price that you're paying for tracks already. This honestly makes buying tracks significantly cheaper than any other pay per track site. And as mentioned, the pricing structure to the artist is actually chosen by the artist. So it really is a win-win-win for everyone. Now, Volumo is 100% worth checking out. And when you do, You can build a profile of your own, perhaps even build and upload a chart. You could even share your chart and even check out the chart that I've made while you're there. You can also follow artists and labels, and by getting involved, you'll find that not only are you the first to get new tracks as they're being released, but the site has a real community feel. And I find when you couple music with community, you get something really, really sacred. And honestly, I haven't experienced this kind of feeling before when searching for music on other DJ sites. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at navigating their website now and some of their features. So from the top, we have music genres, and as you can see, they have all the main genres listed here. Like, there's a lot of options. Then you've got releases, where it sorts all the music by release date with the most recent at the top. Then you've got exclusives and pre-orders, which kind of speaks for itself. Then you've got charts, and as you can see, there's the chart that I've made. Now, I'll put a link to Volumo below, and basically go have a look. Tell me what you think of my chart. And by the way, that was put together by only scratching the surface of this site. Like, the deeper I dug, the more options I actually found. I was vibing with this site a lot. Then also you got a list of all the artists and labels Volumo is involved with, which continues to grow by the day. Now, to the side, I have my own account here, which I can use to jump to my playlist or charts or any of the artists or labels I'm following. Plus, if you're a producer, you can actually submit your own music for release, and you can also access all the music that you've ever downloaded. See, some very good news here. Re-downloading tracks does not require additional payment. Now, I've heard so many horror stories of DJs losing their music. So in this case, Volumo makes it possible to restore a lost catalog without paying any more money whatsoever. Plus, when you download tracks from Volumo, you can get high quality file formats, and it's the same price for all formats. So what this means is, what you can choose when downloading your tracks, whether or not you want to download them as WAV or AIFF or FLAC or MP3. And unlike any other DJ site, there's no price difference between high quality files like WAV versus MP3. And because you can re-download your tracks, you could even download it as an MP3. And then later on, if you got like a really big gig, like in a big venue or a festival, you might decide to actually re-download that track with no additional payment and actually get the WAV format, just especially for the bigger room to make it really hit home. Now, I'll be outright honest with you, right? There are loads of places DJs can find music, like from streaming sites to DJ pools to pay-per-track sites like Beatport and Volumo. And in truth, I do use them all, but when I need tracks that are a little bit less known, but are at the same, if not better quality, and the vibe's just as good as the so-called commercial anthems of some of these bigger places to find music, then Volumo is my top choice. Anyway, I'm going to put a link to their website in the description below. Check it out, perhaps grab a few tracks, build a DJ profile, maybe even check out my chart, maybe even add it to your own playlist and build on my chart. And in this way, perhaps we can all help each other to create playlists for our shows and build a community together inside the Volumo platform. There is so much potential on this site. And honestly, it was something I'm really excited to actually do a video on and share with you all. So please share some love. Let's get behind the underdog and at the same time support independent artists and each other. Okay, thanks guys. I really enjoyed sharing this. And as always, I love making videos for you. And it's, yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.